Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Tajendra. And in this tutorial, we will understand what is Ansible Playbook and how we can use the playbook to install the packages and can also manage our managed host, right, by using the Ansible in the control node. So what is basically playbook is, right, as we discussed this structure earlier, we are having our control node and in which we are having Ansible. So Ansible, we can provide two things. One is the playbook, another is the inventory. Inventory is the information about your host, right, in which you wanted to do this activity, and these hosts are connected via SSH. And in the playbook, we are having all these instructions, right? These infrastructure instructions, we can say, or the infrastructure state, we can say, we will write into the playbook. So playbook is kind of the YAML structure, and in form of YAML, we will provide these instructions to Ansible, and then Ansible will do rest of the things and will manage the host, right? So let me go to our control node and we'll see how we can create the playbook and can run this playbook, and then all magic will be done by the Ansible to manage this hosted, right? So I am in my control node here. Here is my inventory and the Ansible configurations file. If we see my inventory here, I am having few host groups here. Host 1 host group, it is having one host only. Host 2 also having one host only. And then we are having group of hosts, right? So let me go ahead and understand what is playbook. Okay. So playbook, as I told, is a kind of YAML file, and in the term of YAML instructions, we can give these all instructions to the Ansible. So let me first write down our playbook, and that playbook will install a HTTP server inside our host 2 node. Okay, so we in this host 2, all the hosts inside this host 2 group, we will install the HTTP server. Okay, so let me write that very simple playbook, and let me give the name packages to this notebook. And as I told you, notebook are the YAML files. Okay, so I am creating a file packages.yml, and it is going to be my playbook. Okay, so once we are here, so generally YAML we starting with the three dash, right? So it is not mandatory, but once if we will start with the three dash, it is saying that it is a YAML file, right? YAML format file. And then with the hyphen, I will give you some more information about how this YAML work, but you can get more information from the my other videos, that what is the YAML structure and how we can write a file in the YAML, right? So first of all, let me give a name to my hyphen is denoted here. Hyphen is denoting is a list, right? So number of plays we can write in this playbook, and every play is a kind of list to the YAML, right? So that's why we are starting it with a hyphen, and let me give it a name to our play, and I am giving it install HTTPD, or let me change it, install and run HTTPD in host 2. Okay, so I am install and run this in the host 2, and then let me what all host in which that will run. Okay, so for it we have to provide the host information, and I wanted that all this right, whatever task we will going to mention here, run in the host 2 group. Okay, so we have provided host, and let now we want some tasks to be added here. So tasks are the tasks which it will provide into the host 2, right? Uh, Another thing we will talk about is, let me first complete, then we will something talk about the indentation of the YAML file. It is very, very much important that the correct indentation is there while you will create your YAML file. Otherwise, it will not going to work in the Ansible, right? So here I am creating task. Task is again kind of the array list. So number of tasks we can provide to the Ansible, and if it is list, then it will start with a dash, right? So first task I am creating here is like, and I am giving it name install httpd. Okay, so it will install the httpd. Now here we will provide that what kind of module it is going to use, right? So for install, we can use the yum module, or we can use the dnf module. Let we use the yum module, right? So it will use the Ansible built-in yum module to install this HTTP package. Okay, and you can use the Ansible doc anytime to understand how this your module work. Right, we will talk about it later. Let me first create it. So we are going to use your module, and what packages we wanted to install. We wanted to install HTTPD, and uh, that's all. Okay. So let me save it, and then we'll see the further things, how we can run this playbook and how it is going to run, right? So we have created this for checking whether our playbook is in correct shape, or is there any syntax error or something. Okay. How we can how we can check it. We can give command Ansible Playbook, and the name of my playbook is the packages.yml. Then I can give the syntax check. Okay, let me run it. So it did not um, gave any error. Okay, just replied back with the playbook name. It means my playbook is very much clean. I don't have any syntax error over there. Now let me go ahead and run this playbook. To run the playbook, we can just give the command ansible test playbook and the playbook name. Let me run it, and now see. First, it is gathering the facts for, right? We are having one host in this, right? So it is gathering the facts for this host, which is the part of the host 2 group, and then it is installing the HTTP, right? So now it's returned the changed. Change means it makes some change on this server, right? And what change it made? It installed the HTTP server over there. And this is all the summary, whatever play did over there, right? So this is how we can write our play, and then how this play is going to be run. Okay, we will check by going to this server, and we'll see whether this HTTPD server is get installed there. Now let me first little bit talk more about the YAML structure. Okay, YAML is very, very much important here, and you need to understand how to write a YAML file in a very correct format. And also the indentation is very, very much important, right? So it is a tips from my side that you can make some setting change in your vimrc, so that it will help you to write your file in the correct indentation, right? Indentation means the spaces and the tabs in each line in the correct format it should be written, right? The object, and then the sub object, then beside it's the sub object list, all these things, right? So indentation is very, very much important. So for doing that, you can write something like a instructions or the setting change into your vimrc file. Okay, so for it I am writing, it is a tips from my side, and it is going to help me a lot, and it will help you also, right? So I am writing that command, uh, auto cmd, and it will apply to the file type YAML at local, and AI means auto indentation, and then CC the what columns it will be applied. Then I am giving the odd columns here: 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, or up to 13 column I am giving it to, right? So it will be color the code, right? So CC means color code. So it will color these all odd columns. So in that way, we will get the proper identification informations, right? And then let me save it in the file in my home directory, user home directory, inside the Vim RC file. Okay, RC. So once I made this change, now if I will open my playbook again, then you can see the color coding here, right? So this is the color coding it's gave, right? So in that ways, you can now better manage your file here and with the proper identification. Okay. So suppose in this file itself, we have created the HTTPD server. Now we have to make sure whether my HTTP server is still running, keep running or not, right? Installation is done, but we have to start the HTTP service as well, right? For that, we have to add another task here. And for another task, we have to inside the task, we have to add one more task with this hyphen, and we will give name like start HTTPD service. I have changed the color setting, okay, so that you can now, for the more good visibility, right, the indentation which we have applied and the color coding which we have applied here. Now it is more clear, okay. So now in the task, we are adding a new task for starting the HTTPD service, right? So now my module would be service, and then name of the service is HTTPD, and state would be started, and enabled would be true. Okay, so this all information we are providing to the service. Okay, so what it will do, first it will again check whether HTTPD service is started or not. Let me make little bit change here, and let me provide the state also. Always it will check whether latest version of HTTPD service installed over here or not, right? So the once the playbook will run, it will check on the host 2 whether the HTTPD service with the latest version is installed, and if installed, then it will start the service. Okay, so this is what we wanted to be happen on the host 2, right? So let me go ahead and save it, and now uh, we first run our Ansible playbook again. Now here, see what is happening, right? First it is gathering the information. Installing the HTTPD is the okay. It is not changed, right? Because in the previously we have already installed it. So it did not find any change there. So that's why it is not changed, right? So as we already told, it is the state. Playbook is the state. So it's checking that state is matching. So that's why no change in the state. That's why it is okay. But for HTTP service, it started and enabled the service. That's why it is changed, right? So, and in the recap, you can see OK3 and the changed one, right? Now let me go ahead and see whether HTTPD service in the on the host 2 is installed and running. So let me go to my machines here, and then the URL of my managed host machine. Okay, my managed host machine. Let me copy it and paste it here. Okay, so you can see the HTTPD server is up and running, right? So we are good here. Our application is run. This first step is completed. We have installed the HTTPD server, and as well as HTTP server service is up and running, right? Now let me go ahead and do some more task here. Like suppose in this package.html, I wanted to install the HTTPD server, and then suppose we need to do some more task, like we need to install RPM developer tools into the host one group. Okay, and then we need to see whether all the packages are with the latest version in the host one, right? So this thing we did in the host two, but other two tasks, suppose we need to perform in the host one group, then how we can do it, right? So first we understand the module, how we can get the help related to the modules. In the previous video we also talked about it, but let me again talk about. We can give Ansible doc, and whatever module we wanted to understand, we can give it here in the doc, right? Like I wanted to understand the yum module. So once I will give that command, it will give me all information about the Ansible built-in yum module. Okay, and then we can find out the example how we can use this yum module, right? So like here, right, for installing, we give this command, right, in the playbook name httpd started, right? Same way, if we need to remove HTTP server, we can give the absent, right? State absent, and in that case, it will remove the HTTP from that host. Okay, so in that way, we can do like for developer package, developer tools you can find here, right? So example is already written here. Just we can copy this thing right from here, and can give that details to our playbook. Okay, so suppose let me copy it and then paste me somewhere in my text editor. Okay, and same way, like the for the latest, right, here is the latest state for all the packages, right? So we can copy this one also and can paste in the text editor. Okay. So for doing these things, right, the tool package and right, and make sure that all the latest version is there, we can go and can get the things from the Ansible docs. Okay, and can accordingly can write our our playbooks. Okay, so let me go ahead and to make this change. We need to go into the uh, edit our playbook again. Okay, so these things we were doing in the host 2, right? Now other two things, other two states, other two things we need to do in the host 1, right? So for it we have to write a another play, and as I told you, this is the list. So and now we are writing the another play, and a play name would be name work on host 1. Suppose we need to do some work on host 1, and here we have to provide the host as host 1. Okay, so now this all these tasks will be done in the host 1 group. And what are the tasks we need to give? Like, and let me first give it the name, um, developer tools. Okay, and it will again the yum module. Okay, we are giving it the yum module, and let me see what we have copied from the right. So name would be developer tools and state would be present, right? So Let me go here and name and proper identification should be there. So state would come under the name, right? And this is the present, okay? So state is present. It will check whether developer tools are present here or not. Another task we need to see the all the latest versions should be there in the host one, right? So let me give it name and latest, okay? And then again yum, okay? And in the name we can give star, so it will check for the all available packages, and state should be latest, right? So this is all we require here, right? In this exercise, the HTTPD should be installed on host 2. Developer tools should be on host 1. All the latest packages should be updated into the host 1 again, right? So same things we are doing. We have installed and run the HTTP server on the host 2. And then in the host 1, we are doing these two other tasks, right? So let me go ahead and save it. And first we check whether our file is well or not by the syntax check. Right, so our file is well. Let me first clear. And now let me run my playbook. So once I run this playbook, check that, okay? First play is running is the on the host as host 2, okay? And then all are green. Why all are green? Because we already gathering factor is green. I already installed our service is already run, right? Nothing changes there. That's why all is green. Now the second playbook it is running and gathering the right now the developer tool is failed, right? Something is metadata and other things are failing over here, right? But that's why, right, you can get the errors also, no problem. There are some issues, there might be some, but main thing you understood, right? So how we need to write the playbook, how we can run it, right? How to install package, and basically it is all the state, right? Here it is checking that state and also see the errors message also. Further, we can go and troubleshoot these issues. But in this video, I am not going to cover the troubleshoot. That's why I am not going in the depth to see what is the issues behind this. Right. So in this tutorial, I wanted to teach you how we can write a playbook in a simple terms. So that's all for this today. Thank you for